What is up, guys? It's Whitney, bro. And for today's video, I'm going to be demoing my favorite super easy 2 eyeshadow look. It's very subtle and natural, but there's still something there on those days where you want something on your eyes, but one, you really don't want to go through the effort of doing eyeshadow, and two, where you really don't want it to be too much, but you would like some sort of enhancement on the eyes. So if that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. I'm going to be using my trusty Milani eye primer for this. This, honestly, obviously you can tell I love it, and if you've never tried it, I can't recommend this eye primer enough. It does have a slight tint, but as far as I'm aware, it blends out into like a translucent consistency. I just dropped it on the floor, so I can't show it again, but it really is my favorite eye primer because it is thin and lightweight, but it's powerful because it will hold on to your shadows all day long. So the palette that we're going to be using today is the Sigma Rosa, and I'm going to be using 2 shades out of this palette for the look. To make it super simple, I'm also going to be using the brush that came with the Sigma Rosa palette, and since this is already 2 brushes in one, this is the only thing that you're going to need for the eyeshadow. Like I said, super simple, super easy. So first we're going to go into this shade right here called Medallion with the E38 diffused crease, and just put that straight into the crease. And just kind of loosely blend it, and then we're going to build this color up. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye, and just back and forth motions to really build that color up. So once you have it blended out where you like, we're going to take the other end of the brush, the Sigma E54 medium sweeper, and that's going to go into that same Medallion shade, and we're just going to use it to pack that color on the lid. And we're doing this basically so we can have a base for the shade that we're about to go in on. And to do this part, I find it a little bit easier to put the mirror under you, then that way you don't have to strain your eyes as much. And you can use this side to pack the color on. The other side just works a little bit faster. The star of the show, we're going to go into this shade right here called Belle of the Ball. And it looks like this. I'm just going to stamp that all over the lid. And then we're going to go in with that first brush that we used, and just clean up those edges where the shimmer meets the matte. So for my face, I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I think they've changed the formula of this because you can almost feel it like bursting on your skin. I don't know, it's hard to explain without just like feeling it. Life updates. Well, there's not a whole lot of new things going on. The biggest news is that this past weekend I did karaoke 2 nights in a row, which was cool because normally it's not offered that many times. This honestly is one of my favorite sponges, and I got it off Amazon in like a 3-pack. and it works really, really well. The sponge is really, really bouncy and lightweight. Like, you don't feel like you're slapping yourself in the face when you use it. Some sponges just have that obnoxious artificial texture. I don't know how to explain it, but and it's supposed to be a pair. And I like it because it kind of has a little bit more for you to grab onto while you're doing this. Definitely is a little bit more ergonomic. I've never used this for concealer though, so we'll have to see how that goes. Or at least I don't really remember using it for concealer. Because if it's good with concealer, it may just take precedence in my everyday routine. So we're going to go into the Black Radiance Concealer in the shade Fair to Light. I'm going to just put that there and let it sit, let it cook, you know. And we're going to move on to bronzer, which I am going to use one that I haven't used in a minute, which is the Soul Face and Bronzing Balm, if I can get it open. It smells so overwhelmingly like coconuts, but I love it. But if you're not a scent person, definitely don't buy this because it's like coconut. So we're going to go ahead and apply that. It's just a really good product once you learn how to work with it. It is a product that has a bit of a learning curve because when you first try to use it, it may not go how you thought it would. I'll put it that way. So not the best product for like a beginner. But once you kind of know how to use it, it makes it a lot easier to use it, obviously. And this is also a brush from Amazon, Mangi. I don't know how you're actually supposed to say it. So, do you guys stick to truly? Do you guys stick to only brand name brushes, or do you use the off-brand ones as well? Because I tell you, I love me a good off-brand sponge or brush. Makeup is expensive enough as is to have to spend a whole lot of money on the tools to even do makeup. I really love this bronzer though. I do think the shade range could be better though, because like this is deep and it's for my skin tone, which I'm like, and it works as a bronzer for my skin tone, but I don't think it shouldn't be called deep. It should match the color of your skin tone that you're going to be using it. Like I would label this as more of a medium because someone who's deep, I don't think would be able to use this shade, I mean. For blush, I'm going to be using the Rachel Leary and Makeup Revolution palette in the shade Rosé. Taking that on a Juno & Co. ES03. This brush might not even exist anymore because she is old. Oh, that's packing a little bit more of a punch than I thought it would. That's okay. We'll just do circular motions. When in doubt, blend it out. That's my motto. A lot more pigment came off than initially expected, so I guess that's a good thing because this palette is also old. If you look up when it came out, I'm sure it is at least 5 years old, if not more than that. But that blush is really, really pretty. Makeup Revolution collab products never, never disappoint. I just wish their regular line used the same formula as they do with collabs. And then I think as a brand in its entirety, they would be taken a little bit more serious. All right, so now I'm going to go in and get that concealer blended. We're going to see how we like this guy. It's not terrible, but it's a little awkward to get in the very, very inner corner. Just because of how big. I almost wish it would have tapered a little bit further. It blends it out beautifully though. So the actual sponge, like the material itself, is fantastic. So I really cannot complain. But if I could just make that one little tweak and make this a little narrower, I definitely would. And to go in now with highlighter, I'm going to use the Forget Me Not palette from Blend Bunny. I haven't really decided what shade I'm going to use. I think I'm going to try Cheers. It's this kind of almost like a white gold. Ooh, okay. So this is one that's probably going to work better if I go back and forth rather than pat it, maybe. I'm not loving these as highlighters, and they're supposed to be... On camera, it looks really good. Like, right, it's like, but in real life, it looks like your face got dusted with glitter. I don't really... I'm not enjoying it. But maybe it was designed on purpose with like a photo shoot in mind. Because like I said, this is eating on camera, which is why you're not going to believe me. You're probably going to be like, Whitney, that looks fine. But in real life, it does not look fine. In real life, it looks very texturized, very just glitter on your face. I'm going to try going back over with the blush and see if that can save what it looks like in real life. Let me try to just tap it on. And I'm going to see how I feel about it if I just tap it on. Instead of how I did the swiping. I really don't like this. Maybe that's part of why she discontinued it. Not because I specifically don't like it, but I mean because it's just not... This isn't meeting the standard that I expected it to, being Blend Bunny. The mattes are fantastic. But this as a highlighter is just not... That's not it. It's, I mean, again, on camera, it's eating. Ugh. So we're going to attempt to go back over it with the blush, but so far I'm not liking it, and I'm sad because I wanted to like it. Okay, that is making it a little bit more bearable. Yeah, it lasts. It does not work. It lasts. Yeah, no. I mean, if you want that 2016 over-highlighted that look, then it works. Last. But for the kind of eye look I'm doing, I wanted a more subdued, glow from within kind of look, and it's closer to giving that now with the blush over top of it, but it's still not great. And I've used a lot of highlighters in my time, and I don't know. To me, I think advertising it as a face and eye palette, you assume all the shades in it can be used face and eye because there's no designation. Whereas like is this is a face and eye palette, and there's an obvious designation of face, eye. When there are those big pans, you expect it to work well on the face. And on camera, again, it looks great. But in person, I'm going to see if I can't take a picture of it and put it on the screen. But it looks really just enhancing my texture, and it looks like someone went with glitter. And if that's what you like, if that's what you were after, then cool. But it's not what I was after, so I'm a smidge disappointed. All right, so my favorite lip combo lately is the Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the shade Chocolate. And then we're going to go in with a clear gloss. This is from an indie brand that doesn't exist anymore. And just gently rub it over those edges to blend it out. And it just gives the most jaunty look to your lips. It's not too much. You don't feel like you have lots of heavy things on your lips that feels gross. Just enough. And for mascara, we're going to finish this look off with the Kush mascara from Milk Makeup. It is a great mascara. I personally like mascaras that you can use that work without curling your lashes, because I literally hate curling my lashes. Every time I do it, I yank at least one or two out, and I don't like that, and I don't know how to not do that. So I just avoid curling them entirely, because that seems like a better solution than ripping my eyelashes out. So here you have it, is the final look of the simple 2-shade eyeshadow, as well as the rest of the face to complement it. I really like how this look turned out. You could wear this look to work. You could even wear it for, you know, a more casual date night, going out with your friends, going for brunch, just something a little simple where you look more put together, but not so much makeup that you feel like you're cake face or that your face is overdone for the occasion. Anyways, if you liked this tutorial / get ready with me / watch me do makeup, give it a big thumbs up. And that's going to be the end of this one. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.